Alright, so we're back with day 14 for the Total Package Transformation Program. I'm just going to run through another workout. We've got some exciting updates. We've actually got a new videographer today, so let me know your feedback in terms of the video and the audio as well. Today's going to be quite an express workout, so again, the purpose of the program is to get things done very efficiently. So for us, we're busy people, we have a lot going on, we want to be very efficient with our time. So we're going to do another full body workout and let's get straight into it. So let's roll. Right, we'll start off with some rows. Where these cables are? There we go. What's really important as well is you've got to improvise. So obviously I've got access to a gym here, it's not the best equipped, but you have to adapt, you have to find what you have and make it work. So I'll show you a couple of tricks as well in terms of how to get the most out of your gym. So yeah, we're going to start with some rows. Improv here. So obviously if you don't have full equipment, you can always make shifts. Obviously I'm using the bench, you can put a bench aside, you can sit down. So for the program, we always want to keep the volume up. What we mean by that is the rep range quite high, so 10 to 15 is always a good number for that. Because we want to build strength conditioning, we want to build tone as well. And we want to keep recovery rate as short as possible. So I'm always looking at a clock, my watch, my phone. 30 seconds is the sweet spot. If you think about it, if you're training, right, strength training, and if you're doing it in a way where your rest breaks are short, you're almost doing like a HIIT workout as well, which is really good for weight loss. So let's go into set number 2. Also as well, let me know if you like seeing these types of videos compared to the ones upstairs. Just thought I'd show some of you guys. One of the guys commented, a guy called Ryan that we used to work together, said he wants to see some videos in the gym, so we can do that. We'll see how it goes. So as I mentioned in yesterday's video, still not 100%. I probably had like a COVID type of bug that kept me offline for nearly 10 days. So at the end of that, what you'll find is when you train, it builds your immune system. It helps with your central nervous system as well. And the fact that you've got activity, movement, sweating out as well, it's just a good natural way to recover rather than relying on pills and stuff like that. So we're pretty much at the end of that, but what we want to make sure is we see these 60 days through. There's going to be so much improvement day on day, which we'll obviously look at the end. So obviously follow along. Also as well, when we're training, we want to be quick, and our movements, we want to be fast. So as I'm doing the pull-ups here, the rows, just banging it in, keeping it simple, and just working on that mind and muscle connection. So if, for example, like myself, you do a lot of travelling, you're going to find spaces like this, you've got very minimum equipment. That doesn't matter. It's all about improv. Work with what you have. Hotels especially, 7 times out of 10, it's going to be something similar to this, minimal weights. So you need to figure out what you have, how you can maximise it, and go from there. Remember, every set on each exercise, 3 to 5 sets is plenty, but the key is volume, and the key is speed and efficiency. So you want to get in, you want to get out. Lats, for example, just to give you a bit of a learning aspect, roll your shoulders back, lean in, pull 2. Easy. If you have a mirror, use your mirror. But for the most part, concentrate. We're going to move on now. We move on to cable flies. I always like to train back first. The reason being is it helps with your biceps and the pull and the push movements. So when you then move on to like a chest exercise, you've got yourself warmed up. So always train back first. Like yesterday, we started off on pull-ups, pull-downs, then we moved on to chest later. You want to follow the cylinders. Certain muscle groups work very well together. So you need to think about, that's why we pair different workouts in this program in that regard. So now that we've warmed up the back, let's hit some chest. Also, when we're thinking about weights, because this is a dynamic strength conditioning program, we don't want to go too heavy. We want to keep the reps in a range where it's 10 to 15. Think of it like a car, right? We don't want to redline the engine. We want to be coasting. So if you're on the motorway, going at 70 miles an hour, you want to be able to put your foot down and accelerate if you wanted to, but for the most part, we want to be in a flow state because we've got a lot going on. We've got a recomp, we're losing fat, we're building muscle. It's a new shock to the system, so we're better off making incremental updates every day rather than getting to a situation we're motivated, we're excited, we burn out, and then we lose all of that energy and we fall off. We don't want that. Consistency is key. Also as well, you'll be very surprised by the weights, but less really is more. Like for here, we've got 7.5. If you get yourself connected, mind and muscle, you can get the most out of the weights as well. And think about the way we're programming our body. It needs to be functional, and we need to get up and go and move fast. That's why we want to be in that flow state. So pick it the right way, very important. There's going to be times where you can put your foot down and push, but for this program, flow, incremental, step by step, one foot in front of the next. You want to get better by the day. Let's move it around. Let's work on the bench. So again, I typically like to do 5 sets on a particular workout. The first 2 sets, I've got 20 kilo dumbbells. Get some volume in, get familiar with the workout, get yourself adapted to what it is you're doing, and then you can move it up. You don't want to push too hard too quick, you want to prevent injury. So for me, first 2 sets, get that blood flow, get familiar with the exercise, get your head in the game, and then you can progressively overload. So again, part of the program is designed so that we're relying on weights and a system that's going to be accessible, because if you have a lifestyle like mine, we're traveling, you're not going to have access, or maybe if you do have access, you don't have time. So make things work. It's not about the weight, it's about how you can maneuver it, how you can structure it in your workout, and make it count. That's what it's all about. So for the next 3 sets, we can go a little bit heavy. Control is key. Bench is a bit dodgy, hopefully don't fall. If you're doing the workout, the program, with a friend, a good way to keep track is you go, I go, you go, I go. That's a good measure of time for rest. Works out really well. If not, if you're doing your solo thing like myself, then just do a quick check on your stopwatch, then go straight back in. Right, number 2. So, glasses out. So again, for me, it's all about full body. We want to make sure that we hit every muscle group every day. So yesterday, for example, I talked to you about a bit of variance. So yesterday, we hit back with pull-ups, pull-downs. We hit chest with upper. We did a incline press. Whereas today, a different part of the back, mid to over the rows, different part of the chest with flat bench and our cables. Yesterday we did our leg curls, and today for our hamstrings, and today we can work on the extensions. Typically for me, what I like to do, I like to get these workouts done first thing in the morning. Typically 6, 7 o'clock. I'm in the gym, but from an edited standpoint, it means it's a big ask to get some people in first thing in the morning. So just for the purpose of this video, we're training a little bit later on in the day. But I don't like to do weight training after 2 p.m. Ideally the morning's the best. And it's actually a bit of a myth in the sense of a lot of your bodybuilders do cardio first thing in the morning. And then strength training later on in the evening. It disrupts your sleep, it's not optimal. Whereas the best way to go is the other way around. Strength train early part of the day and do like a light cardio, followed by maybe a sauna towards the end. So again, because we're going workout to workout to workout, the best way to do this is, as I said, your first 2 sets, keep them light, get the volume up, get the blood flow up, get your mind in the game, because we're going from different muscle groups in the sessions, and then you can work your way up. It's all about injury prevention as well. So you've got to factor that in. Right, 3 working sets, set 1. Another interesting observation as well, there's people at the gym, they'll spend 25% of their time training and 75% stationary. It's very important to use your time wisely. In between sets, walk around, move, get some water in. You don't want to be idle on your phone, resting too much. Use that time, get movement, get blood flow. This must be COVID. I feel terrible. again, as we discussed in yesterday's video, we're training fasted, which means we've not eaten. That's the best way. Make sure you fuel up your Himalayan salts, essential minerals, water. Coffee's fine, black. So we had 2 coffees. Now we're on coffee number 3 for the day. And what that does, it puts your body in like a fat burning mode. So when you're training fasted, it's using your fat for fuel, which is exactly how we're going to take advantage of that for this transformation. And that's how we get the best results. Right, last set. Let's move on to some arms, biceps today. As I've got more experience in training, I've become a big fan of cables. Do a lot of isolation, you have to worry about your joints. This is probably one of my favourites, biceps. Yourself in a nice range. Use your mirror. Just go nice and easy. Switch up. And the key is back to back. Keep your rest minimal. Just use your mirror. You get a good idea of what's working. The clever thing about full body workouts is, well, I pieced it together. You know, you do like a back workout, move on to chest. It then gives you time to recover. So you go from a push movement to a pull movement, and it's a very clever system. The way I've structured the program and the workouts, it works very synergistically. The previous workout you've just done flows in really nicely into one prior. Right, let's hit obliques. Let's grab a plate. Very important to work your core. A lot of people neglect that. So, 2 more exercises, and we're good to go. Last exercise is superset. We're gonna hit shoulders, overhead press, and then we'll do some light crunches. Then we've wrapped it up. Let's grab a bar. Perfect, so last one is superset. Again, look, weights don't need to be heavy. It's all about technique and form. Shoulder press, abs. Here's a little bit of trivia. So I used to train in Erdington, a gym called UTC, back in the day. Some of you guys might know Leon Edwards. Used to train the same classes about 7-8 years ago. And tip I got from their coach, something I want to share with you guys when doing your sit-ups. Chin to your chest. Chest to the sky. Now watch. Had a bit of a technical issue, but we're back. Where are we at? Set number 2. Remember, chin, chest, sky. Almost there. Always good practice when you finish abs, finish core, give yourself a good stretch, cobra stretch. Takes a few seconds, just gets rid of any tightness. Easy to do. That's day 14 done. We'll do a quick physique check, day 14. So, day 14. This is how I look at the moment. So if you compare from day one, we're not doing too bad. Working on the core, you should start to see your obliques. We haven't hit abs too much today, but it's a process. So that's day 14 done. If you want to join the program, there'll be a link in the description. We've got a special package for the next 60 days. Join this program, get the entire Involve Midnight Collection, get the training program, the 6-day transformation program, transform with me, and also you can join the community. Questions, tips, tricks, accountability, check in. See you on the other side.